Good morning. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my channel if you are new. My name is Becca. My Instagram is macros.and.mascara. I have just finished a morning run. I'm just walking to cool down, bring my heart rate back down, and wanted to make this video this morning. This is my third video in my anti-MLM video. This video will be about Beachbody. As a personal trainer, I'm certified through IFA. It's just a basic personal training and nutrition certification. Pretty sure it's the International Fitness Association, but it's IFA. I was working through NASM. All I have to do is test, but a couple things got in the way, so that's been pushed back a little bit. No big deal. Really no big deal. So, I want to make this video on Beachbody. Pretty much I hate this company as well. It is one of the bigger MLMs, and all of their coaches there are multiple companies who call their coaches health coaches, but this is the only company that people think that they're personal trainers. They truly, Herbalife does a little bit think they're personal trainers, but Beachbody's the worst for it. The absolute worst. So, I started with Beachbody back in 2010. I bought P90X and P90X2 off of Amazon or QVC. I bought it off of, and didn't even know what an MLM was. I had no freaking clue, but I bought it. Honestly, I didn't use it. I never once used P90X or P90X2, but so I really got into it in 2013. I think it was 2013. It was the winter. I was working at a local restaurant. I was working at Chili's, trying to save up. My goal, I was saving up money so I could buy a car. I wanted to buy a car in 2014. So, starting to really save up, and I was feeling really good about myself. I was super duper proud. So yeah, making money. I had money in the bank. I was feeling really good. Well, I was training and working in a gym part-time as well, just kind of hit and miss. But I was kind of bored with the gym routine. I was like, a worker of mine did Insanity. I was trying to tone up, lose some weight, get some muscle definition. You know, the typical bodybuilder look. That's what I wanted. Guess what? I achieved that look in 2015. Not all that's cracked up to be. But anyway, so I ended up getting Insanity. Ended up doing it. I did Insanity and fell in love with it. Honestly, I didn't even know there was an MLM. I bought it off the Beachbody website. I didn't go through a coach. I didn't even know what coaches were with this thing. So I just bought it. I just kind of bought it. So I bought it. I did it. And honestly, I lost a good amount of weight. No, I didn't look like Sean freaking T or anything, but I lost a good bit of weight and I looked pretty good. So I was feeling really good. But then all of a sudden I started getting messages. And friend requests. It's kind of weird. So, because at the time, I was only 19 at the time. So I was like, what in the world? Why am I getting a lot of weird messages? And this guy messaged me being like, oh, I'm your assigned Beachbody coach. I'm like, a Beachbody what? A who? So, messages me, we chat back and forth, I tell him my goals and everything. me being at 19, working in a restaurant, I wasn't in college, I dropped out because I didn't know what I wanted to do. You know, I couldn't figure out a degree, I couldn't figure out a path that I wanted to go on, so I was just like, just not gonna go. So, I was the picture perfect prime target for these people. I was young, single, I had goals, I wanted to make a lot of money, and I wanted to give back to my parents because I know we were also trying to move, I was trying to buy a car, there was a lot going on between 2013 and 2015, and a slew that came after that. So we got talking. He was like, oh, you should be a coach, you're super fit, and da 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 da. And I hemmed and hawed about it for months. I was like, I don't want to sign up. Like, at that time, like, I tried the Shakeology. I hated it. Freaking hated it. Like, he's like, oh no, you just gotta give it a chance, da da da. So this goes on, and I finally gave in just to kind of shut him up. And I was excited because, you know, I fell for everything. And I was a Beachbody coach off and on, and every time I fell for the new coach's spiel because they all said, our team is different, this team is different, you will actually make something with this team, you'll actually make money, you'll be able to get up to diamond, to start diamond. I never got past emerald. I barely even made emerald. I was emerald for like a month, and my entire time in Beachbody, I made to emerald, I think, once, and it was for like a month. Because people don't want to pay for the Shakeology, they don't want to pay all the extra hidden fees. People just want to get the workout programs or get the Beachbody on demand and call it a freaking day. But so I got into it, and honestly, I spent more money than I made. I made my entire time in Beachbody, started in 2013, off and on until January of 2018, because that's when I got married and everything. I spent, and this is why I say in my previous video with Unique, I got my numbers wrong, because I definitely spent more per MLM than what I fully totaled up. So Beachbody alone, I think I spent $3,000 to $5,000, maybe $6,000, because I bought every single program, I bought and tried every single Shakeology, I bought all of the extras, the boosts, the boosters, whatever it was, to put in your Shakeology. I bought shaker cups, I bought bands and balls and accessories and clothes, and so I spent a lot of money. But I didn't really realize that, because for a while, especially working in restaurants and being a personal trainer in a gym, I made really good money. So I didn't realize that I could have gone into so much debt with Beachbody alone that I'm really surprised that I didn't. Because a lot of my debt is from MLMs I did later, that plus all the other stupid little things that I did to push me to doing a bankruptcy. My bankruptcy was not all MLM focused and was not all caused by MLM, but I could have gone into bankruptcy with Beachbody alone with how much money I spent. I could have maxed out credit cards alone, but I never used a credit card for Beachbody. I always used my account, so I always did it when I had the money. You know, when I had enough to where I still had a cushion. You know, I had a good savings, had a good account. Like, man, 19 to 22-year-old me was balling. Anywho, so I was a coach off and on for years, and just like any MLM, if you're not doing well, they blame you. They say you're not trying hard enough, you're not doing this, you're not doing that. Like, Beachbody are the kings. Beachbody and It Works are like the king and queens of cold messaging. They want you to just add random people in groups, message random people from groups. Like, I did their power hour every single day. I worked my ass off. Like, I worked my ass off big time for Beachbody. I worked so fucking hard. So fucking hard to barely make anything. Like, I made videos. Even when, like, my personal training business in 2015 was doing really well, I was doing online and in person and Beachbody coaching all at the same time. So even when my personal training business was doing super well, so that's how I afforded to compete, was because I was doing that. And then when I stopped competing and I had a lot of issues, I'll make a video about that later. But, like, it wasn't, I was told to lie and say that it was my Beachbody business that was booming, but Beachbody was doing okay. It was my regular personal training business. Like, they want you to just go up to random people and talk to people. They want you to, like, dance on your stories, make videos dancing, mixing your stuff and drinking your shakes. And I'm just like, what the fuck? What the hell? Like, I'm a very quirky and upbeat person, and I'm gonna do, like, weird shit on my pages anyway, but, like, if I'm going to dance around mixing, like, my pre-workout, it's going to be for, like, an actual supplement company. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to actually be with, like, BSN Sups, PE Science, Legion Oath, Bomar Nutrition, MTS Nutrition. It's gonna be me, like, boasting about this stuff because, you know, granted, supplements aren't, like, regulated, but, you know, those companies have affiliates. They have their sponsored athletes and they have affiliates. MLMs are different from companies that do affiliates. But just the more that I was in it, the more I was just like, I'm spending so much money, and I struggle with an eating disorder off and on, like, bad. I'm good now, don't worry, I'm good now. But even if you struggle with an eating disorder, you will always have that in the back of your head. You have to be so careful because you can fall back into it at any time, and it's so easy to. But what I struggle with Beachbody is that I see all of these girls and they boast about, I don't restrict my intake and I'm balanced with my food and I don't have any issues, but they're eating less than I do. Like, I weigh like 140 pounds. Now, this is good for my body type, obviously. Like, I'm not obese. You know, it's good for my body type. And, like, no, I don't have popping abs, but to get my body fat that low is going to do a lot of damage for me. But anyway, like, I see all these girls, like, eating, like, a lone chicken breast and a couple bites of a veggie, and then they have popcorn and say, oh, my popcorn's a treat. That popcorn's not a freaking treat. Popcorn is a carb source. Popcorn's like a snack. It's air. It's cardboard flavored air, basically. Like, popcorn is good if you have the caramel and you have the cheddar, you have M&Ms. Then you've got yourself a fattening snack. But other than that, it's like popped air. So I'm just like I'm in these groups and I see these girls struggling and I'm just like, nah, I can't do this. I can't do this anymore. And then the workouts alone, guys, are going to get somebody hurt. I am a more advanced person when it comes to my training and my fitness. I am definitely a lot more advanced. And even some of that stuff is on a level higher than me. Like, some of the moves that they do, like, for instance, in their newest one, their morning meltdown, I haven't done it. I don't have Beachbody on demand. I haven't had Beachbody on demand since about, I let that go in like April or May of last year. So I completely let that go. Their newest program, Morning Meltdown, they've got moves that like professional dancers and cheerleaders do. Like not average Joe Schmoes. Like, and they target new moms, pregnant moms, obese people, people struggling eating disorders. They target literally the worst people. And they target stay-at-home moms. You know, they target new moms, stay-at-home moms. They target young girls, young boys. And it's pathetic. It's straight up pathetic because they're going to get somebody hurt. Somebody's going to wind up in the hospital for either an injury or who knows what, because Beachbody doesn't care. They just want money. Beachbody started another program called OpenFit to take down, because OpenFit is not MLM. They started OpenFit to take down their own company. Beachbody is trying to take down the MLM side and get rid of the coaches and just have OpenFit and Beachbody on demand. That's what they're doing. People don't realize this. This is what that company is doing. Beachbody is slowly trying to make it so that they don't have any more coaches and they only have OpenFit and Beachbody on demand. And coaches are too dumb to see this. Too dumb to see this. Like I don't see how the coaches can be so blind. But that's just me. But I finally was just like, when I fully quit the coaching side, was January of 18. I was pregnant with my son. I was too fatigued to work out. I mean, you should work out if you're pregnant. I just walked a lot. But my body needed the break because I went from eating disorders, over exercising, to competing, restrictive eating, binge eating disorder, over exercising, over cardioing, like mini cut, bulk cut. For years, that when I got pregnant, my body just needed a break. I decided to just cut ties and just cut the cord and just quit and call it a day because I couldn't do it anymore. I didn't have the money. I didn't want the Shakeology because my thing was, if I'm going to drink a protein shake, I'm just going to go to GNC or the vitamin shop and get something that I know is just like a regular protein. It doesn't have anything else in it because I was pregnant. I didn't want to harm my baby. I didn't want to harm my child because the supplement industry is not regulated by the FDA whatsoever. So MLMs really are not regulated. But at least with good supplement companies, they're third-party tested. MLM companies, MLM, they will say that they're third-party tested, but they're tested by their own parties. So there's no outside companies coming in saying, okay, you need to work on this, you need to tweak this, like yes, no, and going over everything. That's not how they run. So I finally cut ties and surprise, surprise, everybody deleted me, everybody blocked me, and anybody that I still talk to in like that brief little moment were like, oh my God, they're talking shit about you and everything like that. And I was just like, I don't even care. I'm doing what's best for me because I didn't have the money, you know, and people start to catch on. And the fact of the matter is MLMs are so oversaturated that if you make anything, you might make an extra 10 to 20 bucks a month. And yes, an extra 10 to 20 bucks can do you a little bit good. Like, if you make an extra 50 bucks a month, that's a date night, that's something for your child, that's something for you, that's your gas tank, whatever. But people have to understand, one, it's not a business, it's a hobby, And two, you're not your own boss. You're still working for someone else. You're a salesperson. But some of these companies are so oversaturated that they get hit with the same spiel 10 times a day for the same company. So people get tired of it. People don't want to do it because they're like, no, just leave me alone. People also like doing their own thing. I like working out at home, but I like using barbells, dumbbells, resistance bands, like actual weights. And if I don't go with an actual personal trainer, I make my own programs, because the plan is once we buy a house, I'm going to build a home gym in either the garage or the basement or something like that. People like going to the gym. People like working out. Not everybody wants to use a DVD. People want somebody who's actually certified in training to do so. So this was not like the worst experience. Definitely, I freaking hate this company just because they prey on people. They're going to get people hurt, and the workouts are just stupid. The Shakeology is crap, and the workouts are stupid. So please don't fall for this, guys. It's crap. So my next video probably be up tomorrow. I'll post this up today, and I will talk to you all later.